We got another look at both the Wii U and 3DS versions of Sonic Lost World in the most recent Nintendo Direct. And while it didn't show off much that's actually new, that's not going to stop us from starting up the old analysis machine to see what else we can dig up from it. And while we're at it, we'll take a look at a few other Sonic clips that came out recently too. But as always, be sure to check out our previous analysis videos if you haven't already, as we'll be passing over the things we've already covered. You can find links to them in the description below. And with that, let's get started. Okay, so most of the Nintendo Direct footage is dedicated to simply showing Sonic running around the same environments in the first two worlds that we've seen several times before. Like we said, there's not much that's new here, but we finally do get a glimpse of something completely new in the form of Tails' lab in the 3DS version. It appears he'll be running this lab in order to build new items and remote control vehicles to help Sonic on his adventure. But it looks like you'll have to find specific amounts of a new type of material in order for Tails to create them. Could it be scrap metal from enemies you've defeated? Well, whatever it is, it looks like you'll be able to spend 3 of them in exchange for a 10-ring box. But how does it work? Do you get it automatically at the start of the level, or can you choose to access it at any time, such as when you're low on rings? And what other items can we expect? Could extra lives or elemental shields be in the cards? Such as the lightning shield that we see Sonic use elsewhere in the 3DS footage? Well, regardless of what you'll be able to buy, it appears you'll be able to amass multiples of each item based on the number right next to them that displays how many you've purchased. And then there's the fact that these items appear to be really cheap. I mean, the person here appears to have 993 material pieces, which means he'll be able to buy a lot of 10-ring boxes, or even helicopters. Yep, there are helicopters here too. Well, the remote control kind at least. Now interestingly, Tails refers to it as a vehicle and not specifically as a helicopter. Could this mean there are even more RC vehicles that you'll be able to buy down the line? Like maybe a remote controlled car or a boat or something? At the least, I want to confirm that you'll be able to customize these vehicles to some degree, but we don't know exactly in what sense yet. Now we actually do get to see the RC helicopter in action, as it can be sent to the Wii U version for a second player to use. And it appears to work similarly to the co-op mode in Super Mario Galaxy, allowing the second player to help out in various ways, such as by collecting the rings here. But, unlike Mario Galaxy, it looks like the vehicles will actually directly interact with the environment, such as how it bounces off the walls multiple times. And we're guessing they can be destroyed by enemies too, judging by the player here trying to avoid them. But the real question is whether the 3DS version is required in order to unlock the Wii U's 2-player option. But enough about that, as we also get another look at the Deadly Six, as well as our first look at Eggman, Orbot, and Cubot. And not only that, but a longer version of this cutscene recently found its way onto the web that reveals even more. And based on it, it appears that this is the point in the story when the Deadly Six turned against Eggman. Now there are quite a few things to take note of here. First of all, the sequence takes place in the second world, not the first, which suggests that the betrayal comes a little ways into the game. But what causes this betrayal? We're not sure, but maybe it's tied to our next theory. So did you notice how 3 of the members of the Deadly Six, being Zik, Zor, and Xena, are shrouded in darkness here? And even though they mimic the actions of their leader, Zavik, they don't actually participate in the fight here at all. Yeah, something's very odd about those 3 indeed. Is it possible that they haven't been fully powered up or activated yet? And by that, we mean maybe they need the power of a Chaos Emerald, specifically the one that matches their color, in order to return to their full strength. It would account for the dull color and their complete inaction during the battle. So perhaps the betrayal actually starts once the leader, Zavik, is activated himself. But we're really just spitballing at this point. But what we do know is that not only do the Deadly Six betray Eggman, but they apparently have taken control of his entire robot army too. Except for Orbot and Cubot, of course. So this explains why you'll still be fighting Eggman's robots rather than completely new enemies throughout the game. And speaking of enemies, a clip posted by the YouTube channel, The Sonic Show, shows off a few new ones. First up is Mushmeanie, who first appeared in Sonic 3 and appears to behave in the exact same way. Then there's a Dragonfly, originally from the same game, who not only looks a little different, but can now fly horizontally and shoot lasers too. And finally, if we freeze this clip, we can just barely see this purple guy here before he's destroyed. And it's hard to tell what exactly he is from this shot, but it looks like he has a set of pinchers and might even have a segmented body too, based on the 3 circular shadows beneath him. Okay, we're just about done here, but there are a couple of details from our last analysis that we missed that we wanted to point out. Now before we had mentioned that the returning Wisp powers appear to behave exactly as they did in Sonic Colors. And while this is mostly true, one of our fans, Dr. Scottnick, pointed out a couple of differences, such as how you can now leap above ground with the drill power, which was a big no-no before unless you wanted to return to regular Sonic. He also pointed out that the rocket power, which used to be confined to the side-scrolling sections of Sonic Colors, can now be used in the 3D sections as well. So it seems that you really can teach an old Wisp some new tricks. And with that, we're done covering everything we could dig up on Sonic Lost World. And like always, let us know if you missed anything by posting in the comments. If you liked our analysis, please make sure to like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter at GameXplain. There are even super easy to click links in the description below. Thanks for watching, and make sure to keep an eye on GameXplain.com for more on Sonic Lost World and other things gaming too.